What's up? Welcome back to Race 164, the show where we race toy cars and pretend like it's a big deal. Today, we're running on the off-road challenge track, aka the ORC, aka the ORC. Got a new format this year. We got multiple checkpoints. Whatever line you cross, that's how many points you get. If you go off the track, whether you go off the end or fall off the side, you'll lose a point, okay? We're doing some qualifying today, so it's only going to be one vehicle at a time. But the best part about this year's off-road challenge is you are all invited to participate. Here's how it's going to work. It's real simple. During the qualifying round, I will tell you if a vehicle is up for grabs. And then all you have to do, that's it, 4-point run for the Toyota. All you have to do is be the first person to comment dibs on the Toyota or on the Power Wagon or whatever vehicle it is that you want. And if you're the first person to comment, your name is on it for the competition. It's that easy, but you gotta be quick. It's first come, first serve. And what better way to kick things off than with our Baja Racing Toyota that we used to test the track last year. Let's run this guy again, just for posterity's sake. Here we go, much better run this time, coming to a rest in the 5-point zone. All right, solid run for the Toyota. So there you go. First person to comment dibs on the 87 Toyota or the red Toyota or the red Hilux or whatever you want to call it. I'll know what you mean. It's yours for the 2024 ORC. Next up, we got this clean looking 2020 Ram Rebel 1500. Nice headlights, Ram badging on the front, taillights. Ooh, looking good. Let's see what she'll do. All right, here we go. Looking pretty steady. Oh, little bobble there, little slowdown. Oh, we got a 6-point run. Did not fall off the end of the track. So that's technically in the 7 zone, okay? It broke the plane. So that's a perfect run for the Ram Rebel. And it is totally up for grabs. So first person to comment dibs on the Rebel, it's yours. Okay, but it's not actually yours, okay? It's not gonna leave my house. It's not gonna leave the Freedom Shed, but you will be the driver for this year. Next up in the unlimited class, yes, we have classes this year. More on that down the road. It's the Baja Bug. It's got some cool detail. Oh, dude, we got a boogie board on the roof. Haha, nice. Classic Baja Bug. Engine sticking out the back. Tires looking pretty sandy. Must have just had it at the beach. Not really much detail on the front or back, but the roof rack is super cool. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Baja Bug can do. Looking quick. Woo! Lost control a little bit, put it in the wall. That is a 5-point run for the Baja Bug here in qualifying round number 1. First person to comment dibs on the Baja Bug, you're in the race. Moving over to the pro class now, we got Calvin Nicholson returning from last year in the Toyota Tacoma. I don't know what you call it, a desert racer or a trophy truck. Maybe, I guess probably a desert racer would be best. Holly equipped, dude. Looking good. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Toyota can do. Looking quick. Wow, real fast. Cannot bring it to a stop, however. So that is not a perfect run. That is a 6-point run for Calvin, but looking good, looking real fast. This one is spoken for already, if I wasn't clear about that. So there's no dibs open for this Toyota. Some of these vehicles are spoken for, some are not. Next to take the track is this 2021 Ford Bronco. Pretty nice badging on the front. Not much detail on the back, but it's a good looking unit nonetheless. All right, Bronco, here we go. Woo! Oh, we got a wreck, dude. Big wreck. Let's watch that replay. Man, that was cool. That was a good looking wreck. Okay, if you didn't know, the ORC track is made of an old board that I found in our yard when we moved to this house. It has lots of rusty nails in it. It's got some holes, some dry rot, you know. It's just rough and nasty, and that's what makes it so perfect. So when you get really moving like that and then you catch a nail, sometimes you wind up on your roof. But that's a 5-point run for the Bronco nonetheless. I haven't decided yet if there's a point deduction for ending, you know, not on your wheels. You're losing 1 point for falling off the track. I don't know, maybe you should lose a point for ending on your roof. Maybe not. Maybe, you know, if you want to send it that hard, you're just running that risk. You know, you're running that risk. You might get hurt. But probably definitely not, because nobody's even in these things. So if you like what you saw out of the blue Bronco, comment dibs on the blue Bronco, and she's all yours, brother or sister. All right, next up, we're going back over to the pro class with this 1973 Jeep J10. How good does that look right in front of the K&N billboard? 2 spare tires in the back, traction boards, fire extinguishers up here. Just, this thing is sweet. Window nets. I have half a mind to get me some paint, do up these lights and everything, add some detail on the fire extinguisher and traction boards. Oh, that thing would look so good. All right, let's see what she can do on the track. Here it goes. Oh, too much speed, way too early on the pass. Let's watch it back. Got a little too much speed on those bumps. I thought it was going to recover all right, but it got kind of sideways, caught an outside edge, and then just rolled. So I don't know what that was. That was only like a two or 3 point run out of that thing. But if you like what you saw and you think you can get that unit under control, just comment dibs on the J10 or dibs on the K&N Jeep or whatever you want to call it. She's all yours. Just want to add that this idea of calling dibs on the cars was inspired by my friend Ben at Rough Diamond Racing. He had a tournament where he just let people pick the car they wanted. There's no registration fee, no nothing. And it was just a blast. So thanks for the inspiration there, Rough Diamond. And look forward to seeing your entry in this here tournament. Next up, we got the Hummer EV. All right, nice detail on the front and the back. Pretty good, really. I don't know, is this a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox? Let me check. It is a Hot Wheels, so that rare extra detail on a general Hot Wheels release. The top is down, and you got a skateboard in the back. All right, let's see what the electric Hummer can do. Looking pretty quick and coming to a stop in the end zone. So that's a perfect run. 7 points for the Hummer EV. Dibbing is open, all right? First person to call dibs, you're running it in the tournament. Next up, we got another ride that is already spoken for. It's Dale Whitmill in the Borla Exhaust 2019 Chevy Trail Boss. All right, here it comes, the Silverado Diesel Dale, and he's gonna roll it almost to a perfect run. That is 5 points for Dale. Well done, sir. Off to a good start. It is starting to rain a little bit, but hey, this is off-road racing, you know, it's outdoors. You're in the elements, that's just how it is. All right, let's bounce back over to the unlimited class, or the experimental class. I don't really know what to call it yet, with this Hot Wheels concept. It's called the Sand Burner. And, you know, some Hot Wheels concepts look pretty ridiculous. This one looks totally realistic, to the point where I'm not even totally sure it's a Hot Wheels concept. Maybe it's a real world, you know, off-road racing vehicle. All right, let's see what she can do on the ORC. Looking real quick, handling the bumps really good. Is it gonna stop? Yes, it is. That's a perfect run. 7 points for the Sand Burner. So if you like what you see, call dibs on the Sand Burner, and you are the driver for the 2024 ORC. All right, this is a big moment. It's time for our defending champ to make a hit. This is my wife, Charity Elliott, who doesn't even really watch the channel, ended up winning last year's ORC in her 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017 Ford Raptor. All right, let's see if she is still in championship form. Looking nice and smooth. Oh, look at that. Crossing the 6 line into the end zone. Perfect score for the defending champ. The Orc Queen. She hates that. Is in tip-top shape, so everybody else, bring your A game if you're gonna come take her crown. All right, I think it's time for something fresh. Haha, Maisto Fresh Metal Chevy Blazer. This thing is pretty cool. I've had it for a while. I'm anxious to see what it can do here. It's a brand I have not tested at all, really. So this is a 1979 Chevy K5 Blazer. And for the price, this thing has some really good detail on it. Pretty pleased with it. It's on tall tires, but they're skinnier than the Hot Wheels off-road tires. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not. Let's find out. All right, here we go. I feel some raindrops. This thing is quick. Oh, we got another wreck, but that is a 5-point run for the K5. Let's watch that replay. Oh, I love it. Those wrecks look real good. So it had a nice clean run going, and I thought it was either gonna make it in the end zone, if not all the way through it off the end. But there is a nail here right by the 5, and it sticks up a bit higher than many of the other ones. It caught that and it almost went over the wall and off the side. Thankfully it rolled back onto the track. But I'm pretty impressed, actually, because these are like half the price of a Hot Wheels car, and this thing did pretty good. So if you like what you saw out of the K5, comment dibs on the red and white Blazer, or dibs on the K5, or whatever, and you are the driver. All right, we are moving along. Here's another one that is already claimed. This is Trevor Adkins, returning from last year in the 1970 Dodge Power Wagon. He's last year's top qualifier. Let's see what he's got for 2024. Power Wagon, looking good, looking quick. Wow, he's just gonna fly right off the end of the track. But that's a solid 6-point run for Trevor Adkins. So looking strong for this year. Let's take a little break and I will explain the classes for this year. All right, sound good? All right, so the classes are pretty much determined just by appearance, just so everything looks uniform while they're on the track. So the Pro class, they have roll bars, they have spare tires, and they generally look like they're set up for professional racing. You know, a wider low stance or whatever. These do not look like something you can buy at a dealership. Moving on, we have the Unlimited class, or the experimental class. I haven't really decided what to call it. These are similar to the Pro class. They don't always have a spare tire, and they're just, you know, it's a class for things that don't really fall in any other category. Some of them are a little outrageous. You'll see that probably in a future video. You know, some of them are maybe not real world vehicles, but they look realistic enough, in my opinion. And yeah, they're just for things that are a little bit more outrageous and crazy. And then we have what I've decided to call the Weekender class. These all look like vehicles you could buy today, whether at a dealership or used. You know, some of them are a bit older or whatever. They don't have numbers. Some of them have sponsors on them. But generally they look like something you would see driving around town that somebody jacked up, slapped big tires on it, and you know, he goes mudding on the weekend or whatever in kind of an informal sort of way. And last but not least, we have the Scramble class. These are very similar to the Weekenders, except they have numbers on them. So that's really the only difference. So it looks like maybe these guys, sure, they could drive them around town probably, but they also, you know, take them to truck meets, mud bogging competitions or whatever, and they have some kind of official number on them to identify them while they're competing. And that pretty much sums it up. We got 4 different classes, and we also have 4 different event types. Okay, yeah, I'm going big for this year's Orc, brother. So the general format, everybody's competing in one open class because sure, we have different classes, but that's just on appearance. It's not, you know, there's no advantage to any of them really. So that is still the main event. That is the championship. You know, you win the Orc, that's what you're gonna win. But I also have different formats in mind for each individual class. Okay, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail right now, but it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm thinking the scramble class, we're gonna try and do more than two vehicles on the track at once, like probably 4 if I can. The pro class is gonna be a multi-lap sort of thing, and there's another twist there, but I'm not gonna reveal that just yet. The weekender class, I think it's gonna be just about distance, who can make it the farthest, but with some extra obstacles on the track. I think I'm gonna add a bit of sandbox sand or something to make it even tougher. And you know, getting all the way to the end will be really difficult. And then for the experimental class, I don't really know yet. I'm thinking I might just make it all about speed. You know, it's just a race. Doesn't matter about distance or anything. Whoever crosses the line first is the winner. But yeah, we're going big, brother, for the Orc this year. It's gonna be so much fun, all right? This tournament was by far my most viewed series of videos last year. So, I don't know, maybe I've stumbled onto something that people really enjoy, so I'm gonna try and go even bigger this year and opening it up to anyone who wants to participate. If you're quick, if you can call dibs fast. And we've got so many fake sponsors this year too. Some of these came with the Adventure Force Crash Racers track, and then some of them just came with products I bought. But look, if you're throwing in a sticker with, you know, my pair of sunglasses or my air filter or my travel mug, I'm assuming you want me to put it somewhere where people are gonna see it. So they're going on the racetrack. Let's do a couple more before we wrap up the video. Here we got the Land Rover Series 3 pickup, running in the scramble class. This one is up for grabs. Let's see what it can do. Oh, nice bounce, handled it well. Breaking the plane of the number 6 line into the end zone. That's a perfect run for the Land Rover pickup. Be the first person to call dibs in the comments section and you are driving it. All right, here's another one that is spoken for. In the weekender class, it is the driving duo of my cousins, Jessica Wigney and Laura Fink. Congrats on the wedding and the new last name, Laura. Running this 2017, I believe. Yep, 2017 Jeep Wrangler. All right, qualifying run for the big Jeep. Wow, taking off way ahead of me. Is it gonna stop? Oh, where'd it go? Jessica, Laura, oh, there you are. So that'll be a 6-point run for Jessica and Laura, looking fast. All right, this is gonna be the last run of the night. This is up for grabs, this Tokyo 2020 baseball Toyota Tacoma. What, does it say what year? 2010 Toyota Tacoma. Pretty cool looking truck. It is big, like it has more clearance than most of the other ones, with the exception of probably those Dodge Power Wagons. Those are big. We started the video with a Toyota and we'll wrap it up with another one. Oh, handles a big bump there and right off the end for a 6-point run. If you want to rep the 2020 Olympic baseball Toyota Tundra. I think I was calling it a Tacoma. It's definitely a Tundra. Be the first person to call dibs in the comments and you get to be the driver. Also, I need to mention, I have not forgotten the start gate sent to me all the way from Australia, specifically for use with the ORC. For the head-to-head races, we are gonna use this. Whereas the qualifying round, I'm just gonna push them over the lip and see what they do. Head-to-head racing, we're using this vintage Hot Wheels start gate sent to me all the way from Australia from my friend Steven Leishman. Look, variables are good. Hot Wheels cars do not steer. They do not have engines. Any variables you have in your race have to come from the track. So sometimes using a start gate like that has extra slope to it, sometimes pushing them over the edge till they roll away. You know, that all adds variables and makes things less predictable. I think that is the secret to making things more entertaining. But yeah, I'm super excited for this year's ORC. It's gonna be a blast. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, Jesus loves you and so do I. And I'll see you next time right here on Race 164. Vroom!